It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids jingle belling.
Oh, hey there,
Everyone telling you.
and welcome to Bracketology VII, the latest installment in the Bracketology 347 pool series, part of La Liga. We made it. We survived 360 some odd days since last year's first 4 days of the tournament, best 4 days of the entire year. So it's time for Bracketology VII. Here's what's at stake this year: $2,500. So 25 players, $100 each, $2,500 into the prize pool, and more importantly, your name etched in immortality on the VP Marketing Solutions Champions Cup. Let's get right into it. Games are underway. We, the 25 of us, have picked 6 different possible champions. Let's see, 7 geniuses, including myself, picked Michigan State to win the whole thing, including 4 of the 6 past champions. So 4 of the past winners of this pool think Michigan State is going to win the pool. The other 2 past winners of the pool picked Kansas, as well as, as well as 8 other people. So a total of 10 people picked Kansas. There are 3 new people into the pool this year. All 3 of the new people picked Kansas. That includes Clinton, Blake. Blake is next door. You can probably hear me right now. And Jeff. All 3 new players and 7 other people and 2 past champions picked Kansas. 2 people picked Oklahoma, Ryan Glazier and Dustin Forthune. 3 people picked North Carolina, Trevor, J-Mel, Papa G. Papa G is back for his 2nd season. No one really knows who that is. Virginia, we had 1 person pick Virginia, Chris Martin, and only one person picked Kentucky. That is Jason Edeliant. So that's who picked who. Guys, this is called a video. I make several of these videos throughout the tournament for you new players. There is some smack talk in these videos occasionally. If you can't handle it, don't watch them. I don't mean any harm or offense by them, just trying to be funny. Sometimes my humor is too advanced for some people, and I come off as a jerk or an a-hole. Not my intention, just trying to be funny and add some value to the pool. So if you're easily offended like Clinton probably is, don't watch these videos. Now, before I go into everything else, I just want to take a quick trip down memory lane, freshen up your memories, and maybe introduce some cool stories to some of the new players. This is the 7th year of the pool. The pool started 6 years ago in 2010 when I lived in Fresno. I was roommates with Joe and Trevor, who are in this pool. The pool was hosted on Facebook back then. We played for fun, for bragging rights. It was completely free. There were 12 people. I picked Duke to win the whole thing. I got 47 of the 63 possible games correct. I did incredibly well, and I won the first ever pool and won $0. I beat out the other 11 players, and that was Bracketology 347. The very next year, Bracketology 2 Dreams Come True was won by Joe Gianosa, also 12 players, also for free, no money was won, also hosted on Facebook. Joe picked UConn. Now, UConn was a mediocre team at best heading into the last week of the regular season. And if you remember, Kemba Walker just went on fire. He led his team to win 6 straight games in the Big East. That's when the Big East was still the Big East, not the Big East you millennials are used to watching the last couple years, the real Big East, your grandpa's Big East. So they won that, and then they rode that momentum to win another 6 games in the March Madness tournament. So Joe was the only person who was bold enough to pick them. He won the tournament that year. And while we're on the subject of Joe, I think now's a good time to discuss the white elephant in the room, and that is Joe's wedding. Who the fuck gets married on the 2nd day of March Madness? That is incredibly stupid, Joe. I think you're finally starting to realize that. Joe did issue a formal apology to me a couple weeks ago for scheduling his wedding on the 2nd day of March Madness. We should all of us be in Vegas right now for the first 4 days of March Madness like we are every year, but instead we have to watch games on an iPad in our office. Incredible. my God. At least it's not an iPad mini, but this is almost as bad as it gets. So, guys, don't do that. For you other guys who are married, do not get married. There just are certain days you don't get married on. Christmas, Thanksgiving, the first 4 days of March Madness. That's about it. Don't do that. Joe, you ruined not just this year, but every future year March Madness for you, because that's when your anniversary is going to fall on. At least 4 out of every 7 years, your anniversary is going to be on one of the first 4 days of March Madness. I hope you understand the severity of that. The next year, Bracketology III Victor's Revenge was won by Nick. Nick annihilated the field. He clinched the tournament before the Final Four even started. He had Kentucky, killed everyone else. Also, 12 members of the pool that year also held on Facebook, also for free. Now, the next year, Bracketology IV, A New Hope, was the first year where we started filming these trash talking videos. So things got a little bit more fun, more exciting, more crazy. And Jameson Jones started talking a lot of smack after the first couple rounds because he was in first place and he doesn't know anything about college basketball. He was really excited. I looked at his picks. His picks were horrendous. I knew there was no way he could possibly win the pool. He had University of the Pacific in his Final Four. He had San Joaquin Delta Community College in the Sweet 16. And I think he even went as far as putting Stockton Unified School District's co-ed intramural team into the round of 32. It was just insane. And so many other people picked Louisville, the same team he picked to win the championship, that I figured, hey, there's no way he's going to beat these other teams that also picked Louisville because his brackets was so bad. But that year there were so many upsets. Everyone's brackets fell apart that his horrible picks actually turned into good picks, and he ended up winning the pool. Now, about halfway through the tournament, I made a bold bet against myself. Essentially, I said, "There's no way Jameson's going to win this pool, and if he does, I'm going to pay for everyone's entry into the pool next year." So this was the last year that we were playing for free. The year Jameson won, and we had been doing it for a few years. So we decided to step our game up and play for money the following year. So I said, if Jameson is lucky enough to win this pool, which I know will not happen, I will personally pay everyone's entry next year. Well, lo and behold, Jameson did win the pool, became the 4th champion of the pool. There was 12 members in that pool, and Jameson won no money, but he did win the trophy. Back then, there was no trophy, but that was the first year we actually gave the winner something. It was the Kenny Lofton Memorial Award. After that year, we really stepped our game up. Facebook stopped. Give me 1 second.